Well, sir, after some serious consideration, I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts?
Well, I'm going to finish packing my things. 15 years will really sneak up on you.
Jennifer will do your exit interview, and Adam made you a cake.
Red velvet.
Oh, thank you.
I made this.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to State Farm agent Margie Gray in Indiana or David Smith in Clymer.
Hi everybody, I'm Carly Krouse of the Indiana Gazette, and we're heading into week 12 of the high school football season. We have two area teams this week who are preparing to play in the District 6 semifinals. Fourth-seeded Ligonier Valley travels to top-seeded Central after pulling out a big win over Mount Union in the first round last week. Central beat Ligonier Valley in week 10. This week we're reporting to you from Penns Manor High School, where the Comets are preparing to play at Moshannon Valley on Saturday night. The Comets and the Black Knights are both 11-0 and are both coming off big wins in the first round. First of all, Coach, how does it feel just to come off such a dominating win in the first round of the playoffs there?
Well, it really feels good, and I'm just so proud of these kids for all the hard work that they put in during the off season, and have a nice senior group here, and hopefully we can go a lot further.
And Moshannon Valley, a lot of people know a little bit about them, and that's all you really need to know is a little bit about them. Their quarterback, Eric Scherkel, is a lot of their offense. And what do you guys know about him?
Well, we do know that he does a lot of things. Quarterbacks, most of the time, when he does, they'll hand off every once in a while to a back, but he's their offense, and we have to stop him first of all. But he runs the ball so well, he'll try to get up inside, and if there's nothing there, he's so quick to jump outside and get down the sidelines, and he has that speed for as big as he is. He has some speed, and he's hard to catch, and if you don't wrap him up, he's going to go. And then they'll put him in the slot, run him out there, and sometimes they'll use him as a decoy out there to move another guy out of the box. So he's a big weapon.
And you said he kind of does a little bit of everything. He runs their kickbacks and stuff like that. How do you stop somebody like that, or how do you game plan for somebody like that?
Well, we're going to practice hard, do stuff that he does, and try to do those things. And we're just going to try to contain him. As far as stopping him, I don't think anyone has really stopped him this year, but we'd just like to make sure we can contain him, don't let him get outside on us, and if he's going to pick up a few yards, that's okay, but we don't want a big play.
And you said it, nobody's really stopped him yet this year, but do you feel like you have the right personnel to maybe be the first team to do that?
We're hoping so. We have some good kids here. I think what's nice, I think our defense has really been doing a nice job controlling their gaps up inside, and then I think we have the speed on the outside to really run with this kid, and it's going to come down to wrapping him up and getting 11 guys to him after we do hit him.
And it's a weird year for you guys. You're 11-0. You've done everything you can possibly do this year. You've dominated games and things like that, and yet you still have to go on the road and play another 11-0 team. So how does it feel to know that you're going and playing another really good team like that as a 3 seed?
Yeah, normally if you go 11-0, you're not going to be going on the road here, but you have to go with what's dealt to you, and again, you're going against another 11-0 team, so we're going to come out and play hard no matter where we play. It'd be nice to play home in front of these home fans, but we'll have a big crowd over there. It's going to be a great atmosphere, and no matter where we go play, we're going to come out and play hard.
And how much of a disadvantage is it going on the road knowing that it's an hour-and-a-half drive? It's kind of a long, windy, back road type drive. So how do you think your team's going to respond to that?
Well, it is out in nowhere land, and that drive, it feels like a 3-hour drive really when you do go. But we're going to try to get there, early enough that we can get there and get rested up a little bit and get stretched out. But we've had some trips before where these kids have done that, so we'll be all right.
And being in the district semis is no real unfamiliar territory to you or to this program. So how do you think the experience is going to play a factor this weekend?
Hopefully it goes well, because these kids have been in this situation, you know, for 3 years now. They've been in the playoffs, and finally we get a win in one. It's been a while now, but you know, I think, like I said before, I think these kids are loose, ready to go, and we'll come out and perform.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think your team's doing really well right now? What would you say your biggest strength is going into this game?
You know, I think our defense is really stepped up again. You know, it's overlooked, I think, a little bit because our offense has been so good. But, you know, our defense has really stepped up, holding that team like Westmont last week, you know, really shutting them down and giving up the touchdown there at the end. But, you know, I think defense has really stepped up, and our linebacker play, defensive backs have really done a nice job.
You guys obviously have dominated all year, but do you feel like maybe you opened some eyes last weekend by beating Westmont like that? You know, you come out, you shut them down, and you score right away a couple times. And do you think that you turned heads?
I don't know yet. I don't know. You know, I don't know what you know, we don't know the caliber team that we did play. Really, we don't. I know they had a 7-3 record, which was a good record over there. But you know, we don't know the caliber team we played, and hopefully we turn some heads this week.
Mm-hmm. Any changes you're going to be making this week, or are you guys kind of just going to stick to what you're doing?
No, we're going to stick to what we're doing. Everything's been working for us so far, so you know, we're going to stay with everything we're doing.
And are you guys healthy so far? I mean, you've stayed pretty healthy all year. Is it still the same?
Yeah, we're healthy, and that's a good thing going into this, you know, these playoffs. You know, we had a couple kids that were banged up, you know, a few weeks. Garrett Krouse was out a couple weeks, but, you know, pretty much we've been pretty healthy all year, and we're healthy right now.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel, as a 3 seed, as any sort of underdog at all?
Nah, I don't look at the underdog thing and stuff. You know, a lot of times we're favorites, and I don't look at that as being the favorites a lot of times. So, you know, we're just going to come out and play the best we can, and we feel if we play like we're capable of playing, that we should win the football game.
Mm-hmm. And tell me a little bit about how your backs are feeling. It's really nice for you to be able to have the 3 of them to go to. And how are they feeling with splitting time with the ball and things like that?
You know, they always want the ball, but you know, these kids encourage each other. They're out there to support each other, and whenever they don't have the ball, as you've noticed, they go out there and put some big blocks on for those kids to open it up, and you know, there's no jealousy there at all. These kids really enjoy sharing that time.
And maybe you didn't know a little bit as much about Most Shannon Valley as maybe you do now or in the last couple of weeks. What do you think your chances are going into this game?
Well, you know, like I said, if we can stop the quarterback, slow him down, and we'll play a good defensive game, and just move the ball like we've been moving it. You know, we don't have to get big plays all the time, but pick up 3, 4 yards at a time. Run the clock and keep the ball out of their hands. You know, we feel our chances are good.
And if you do have to put the ball in the air this weekend, are you going to feel confident in your passing game?
Yeah, you know, I do. I feel confident. Clayton's getting better every week, and we have kids that can catch the ball, Gavin Grimaldi and Cyrus Lee, and then we have Bailey that can catch it out of the backfield, and Nate Dunn, our leading receiver, out of the backfield. So we feel pretty good. If we have to throw the ball, you know, I feel pretty confident.
And your skill guys are phenomenal, and everybody knows that. But the line really has stepped up big time for you guys this year. And people thought maybe last week with Westmont that they would give you guys a little bit of trouble. It didn't seem that way. So how's the line, like how important is it just to have them playing so well?
It all starts up there on the line. You know, these guys never get enough credit. And, you know, it starts defensively, you know, with Eddie Marshall and Andrew Smoji just does a great job. Logan Mack comes around, and he's just been a physical kid. And then it goes, you know, offensively. Same thing, those same guys, and then you have Garrett Crowe there at the center and Gavin Grimaldi at tight end. These guys, it all comes down to the play of the offense and defensive line, and if you don't have that, you can have all the skilled guys that you want, but you're not going to go anywhere.
Right. And then what are you most looking forward to for this weekend or for this week as you prepare?
Well, hopefully we have a great week of practice, have these guys ready to go, and these kids are loose, they get excited to play in a big game, and we're looking forward to going up there and giving a good performance, hopefully coming out on top and getting to that championship game.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Gordon.
Hey, thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.